What if the harder you grind, the poorer you stay? OECD data reveals Ireland produces over $110 GDP each hour worked. Meanwhile, Mexico clocks some of the world's longest hours under $25 output. That's the productivity paradox. More hours, less economic value. Spain, Greece, Germany, nations with shorter weeks outperform old grind culture. Ireland leads at a 110. Mexico and Colombia flop under $25. Volume of labor? Useless. Quality of system? Everything. Let's dismantle the obsession with sweat and late nights. Tech founders, investors, this myth is costing trillions in wasted hours. Stick around or get left behind in the next economy. Up next, AI's takeover, engagement meltdown, leverage shockwaves. From manual grind to strategic system masters, the metric changes. Data-driven elites already measure impact over activity. Your job, unlearn hustle culture and master output quality. Chapter 1 ends, reality check delivered. By 2030, generative AI will automate 60 to 70% of work hours. McKinsey warns, human effort as metric will vanish under machine takeover. Imagine workflows run by code, not coffee-fueled crammers. Suddenly, output quality and system design rule the day. Half the workforce gone. That's not fiction, it's McKinsey data. But here's the kicker. Your Slack becomes your secret weapon. Engaged minds trump busy hands every time. Gallup calculates $8.9 trillion lost to low engagement disguised as hard work. 9% of global GDP evaporates in empty hours. Performative hustle is a silent killer of true impact. Netflix calls it out. Effort without results earns severance. A-level performance, despite minimal stress, gets the rewards. Effort letter grade? Garbage. Results? Your new currency. Investors notice, stock returns triple when impact beats activity. Farewell human effort as we knew it. Working past 50 hours slashes your hourly output by sharp margins. Stanford found output at 70 hours equals output at 55 hours. You waste 15 hours of work with diminishing returns. 40-hour week? Old benchmark feels medieval. Gallup reveals 46% of workers feel burnt out. Pace and volume choke creativity and analytical thinking. WEF warns, overwork reduces prefrontal cortex function by up to 20%. Analytical and creative thinking become casualties of your overtime. Oxford trials, 4-day weeks spike revenue by 33%, and employee turnover dives 57% in the same experiments. Older management still worship busyness as status. 72% of managers flaunt being busy, yet miss strategy shifts. Their inbox stamps spin, their vision stagnates. Slashing hours boosts focus and strategic foresight. Burnout is a strategy killer, not a badge of honor. Goldman Sachs reports knowledge capital now is over 35% of investments. Labor capital, mere hours logged, becomes a relic. NVIDIA's $3 trillion valuation is fueled by $4 million revenue per employee. One engineer at NVIDIA outscores hundreds of warehouse workers. Amazon AWS piles 60% of operating income on a lean staff. Retail logistics? Millions of labor hours vanish in margins. Software and AI scale infinite output from finite inputs. Manual labor density can't compete with digital leverage. Investors funnel capital into code, not work desks. BlackRock's stewardship guidelines push return on talent over hours. Innovation pipelines beat absenteeism and time cards every time. Tech giants judge you by product metrics, not punch cards. If you're still measuring hours, you're stuck in 20th century relics. Upgrade your KPIs to impact and leverage. The future rewards architects, not bricklayers. Tesla's AI-driven gigafactories crush legacy auto plants on productivity per hour. Tesla outperforms old Detroit assembly lines with half the human shifts. ServiceNow's platform lets 10 engineers do the work of 100. Slack's asynchronous model shrank meetings by 50%. Outputs rose. Stripe automates billing, cutting manual tasks by 90%. Netflix's culture memo cuts effort worship cold. A-level results command rewards. Average grind gets exit packages. Google's 4-day week pilot in Japan saw productivity jump. Microsoft teams with low overtime see 3.5x stock performance. European firms fall in line with right to disconnect laws. Companies penalized for after-hours pings face fines up to millions. This legal shift forces a focus on genuine output. Busyness trap managers missed market shifts. Hedge algos proved superior. Discretionary funds lagged algos by 12% risk-adjusted returns. Hard work fetishists take note. Data isn't on your side. Hard work as a badge is dead. Impact is your armor. Monthly timesheets, useless relics collecting dust. Measure cognitive output, prototypes, code commits, design breakthroughs. Count innovation pipelines, not headcount charts. Reward slack for reflection, not punishment for idleness. Encourage strategic pauses to capture the next big idea. Upgrade governance, ROI on talent over ROI on labor. Shift exec incentives to impact metrics, not timesheet hours. The future workforce values balance and breakthrough over grind. Your choice: reinvest wasted hours into innovation or fall behind. The next unicorn won't hire grinders, it hires architects. Will you cling to effort illusions or lead the new metric? Time to retire hard work as a KPI. Adapt or vanish. The market has zero sympathy for tradition. What legacy will you build when hours no longer matter?